On this episode of our road trip to the Midwest, we spend the night in one of the biggest national recreation areas on this side of the country. This place has outdoor activities for everyone, from camping to wildlife viewing to its own fair share of history. And at the end of this video, we'll share with you the most important things to know before you visit Land Between the Lakes.
Today we are leaving Nashville and headed to the Land Between the Lakes, which sits on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky. The Land Between the Lakes is 170,000 acres of recreation. This peninsula sits between Kentucky and Barkley Lakes. With 44 miles between the southernmost point and the northern tip, it may seem a little overwhelming, but the views of this untouched land are an absolute must-see. On the southern end, you'll find the Visitor Center, the South Bison Range, and an 1850s working farm. Moving central, there's a planetarium, which seasonally offers laser shows throughout the night, and the larger elk and bison prairie. Finally, on the northern side includes the nature station and a beautiful scenic drive.
It's impossible to even pass through Land Between the Lakes without seeing one of the great iron furnaces. These massive stone structures were hand-built in the mid-1800s all over the Land Between the Lakes area. They were used to smelt tons of iron at over 3,000 degrees before the company that built them went out of business in the early 1900s. This one on the main byway is by far the most well-kept, but the ruins of other ones can be found strewn all over Land Between the Lakes.
Mommy, they did this again.
I hear the sounds of your heartbeat. I can hear it now. I can hear it now. I hear the sounds. I can hear it now. Of your heartbeat. I can hear it now.
What you making, Ray Ray?
I'm helping make strawberry mountain cake pies.
Awesome.
Hey guys, we're about to head out of the Land Between the Lakes and head to Paducah, Kentucky. But first we wanted to tell you guys some things that we thought were really helpful and things that we wish we knew before we came here.
Number one is, before, whether you're coming in from the north or the south, make sure you fill up with gas, and if you carry an extra gas tank, make sure you fill it up too. There's towns on both sides of the gates at the north and south side, so before you come in here, grab gas. The place is huge. It's way bigger than people realize.
Yeah, and it's an hour from the north to the south, and there are no gas stations. So definitely getting gas is the most important thing. Luckily, we saw that right before we actually came here. The next most important thing would be definitely map everything out before you come. kind of have an idea, because it is an hour drive and there's things to see on the north, there's things to see on the south. You definitely don't want to be backtracking, especially when there's no gas to be found. You want to kind of have an idea of how you're going to go on your route before you actually get started.
Yeah, you've got multiple campsites, so just get an idea of where you're staying at, and then figure out where you want to go from there, because even our campsite, which was at Energy Lake, which is central and then east, it's on the eastern lake. Even getting to like the planetarium was about a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
The bison range and all that is about a 25 to 30-minute drive. So just realize that this place is bigger than people, I think, give it justice for.
But we definitely recommend Energy Lake because it was right in the middle. It was really nice. It was really well kept. We didn't actually visit the other campgrounds, so we don't know how they were, but we liked it. It was super easy and convenient to get to everything. So I would recommend there because it's 30 minutes from the south and then 30 minutes to the north. So if you decide to do something later, it's not as bad.
So the third thing is if you enjoy hiking, there's obviously everything here has to do with the outdoors. So boating, fishing, hiking, swimming, bird watching. There's freaking birds everywhere. We saw deer. Of course, you have the elk and the bison range, but the hiking in particular is something that's worth checking into because there's so many neat little spots that you can get to that you're just not going to see otherwise. And you got to obviously travel to the different hiking trails, but the hiking trails are very well kept. They're pretty, but just make sure you again plan out where you're going to go before you get here, and then bring your hiking shoes.
Yeah, and you can stop at the front desk when you get here. Well, we came through the south end, but I believe there's one on the north end as well. But I would definitely recommend stopping at the front desk. We talked to the woman up there. She was super nice and friendly and helpful. She gave us great ideas, and we were kind of able to find out what was going on the day we came in and the time things were happening. So that was definitely very helpful. So I would definitely recommend stopping there and talking with them and getting an idea, because every day they offer different things. She is the one who told us that the bison were out, so we were actually able to see the bison on the way up, which was really nice. And also swimming. Apparently you can swim technically anywhere you can access.
Anywhere there's access to the water, you can opt in.
Yeah.
There's no there's designated swimming areas that are, I guess, better kept, but you can jump in the water anywhere.
There's definitely places that are easier to swim,
Yeah.
especially when you have boats and jet skis going by. So definitely there's areas if you want a more calm, especially if you're traveling with kids, that are mapped out. But you can swim just about anywhere.
At the front, get you a map before you come in. The cell service is not the best. We had it, but it's not great. So get you a map, and the map lays out everything. There's so many other little things to see here. You have the old iron furnaces. She was talking about the bison range, and then the actual bison and elk range. They have the working farm. Obviously both the lakes, and these lakes, stay pretty busy. Multiple campsites, the hiking trails, the outdoor nature area. There's a ton of stuff to do. It's one of those things we really need to stay for a few days to really take it all in. But get gas before you come, for sure.